Hi folks, and welcome today to the back of the allotment plot, where you can see I've got a lovely mature apple tree behind me. It sets lovely delicious fruit, but the problem is that for the last 2 years the tree has been attacked or afflicted by something called codling moth. And today I'm really excited because I've been given a new tool to hopefully help me fight back against them and actually get some eating apples. So the codling moth, I'll put a little picture up here, maybe a few facts about its life cycle and ecology, but the important thing to know if you're growing apples is that it comes along, it lays its eggs, and the larvae burrow into the middle of the apples. And the thing that is so frustrating about codling moth is you can think you've got a fantastic, amazing harvest, and it isn't until you start processing your apples or cutting into them that you realize they might be rotting from the inside, or they might be filled with larvae and grubs. It's just gross, basically. And there's a few ways to deal with codling moth. There's some broad spectrum pesticides that you can use, insecticides, but you can be hitting a lot of beneficial insects. These are pollinated by insects as well. So you really, that's something that I personally really want to avoid. And the good thing about the thing that I've been sent today is it is specifically targeted at just the codling moth. So the method I'm going to be talking about is pheromone traps. Now, this was very kindly sent to me by Gardening Naturally, and it's both a trap and some refills. It's around the right time of year to be getting this on your trees now. The moths start flying in the evenings, early June to July, late July. So I'm a little bit early, but that's a good thing, I think. It's obviously too early for me to do a review on these, but we are going to be setting it up and talking about how easy that is. And maybe later on in the season I'll do a review, or if it is later in the season and you found this video, just ask me a question in the comments below and I'll let you know whether or not it was a success. The way it works is very simple. It mimics the pheromone of a female moth, and then the males come into the trap. They get caught and they can't then do their business, and you don't get larvae in your apples. The one thing that I don't love about it is that it's a sticky trap, and I really don't like using those, but when you kind of balance everything out and weigh up this against the other options, I think it does make quite good sense, and I feel okay doing this, but I understand if you don't. Let's pop into the greenhouse, we'll open it up and see how it looks. So this is the actual trap. It's kind of a green plastic. These look like the sticky pads, and then this. Oh look, we've got a proper Latin name on there, Cydia pulmonella. This will be the pheromone laws. So it opens out into a little kind of triangular tent type thing, I guess. And it really does look very simple. I think the tie just goes in the top. There's 4 little holes here, in one, in the other. Oh, and then you don't have to tie it off. I thought you'd have to tie it inside, but it just kind of, they hold. There's something in the clips. Once they're in, you can't get them out, so have a think about where it's going to go first. And then you take the sticky pad. This goes in the bottom. Okay, well, yeah, that's sticky. One thing I will be looking out for is whether or not this catches other insects, or if it's just the codling moth. If this gets full of other insects, then I don't know if I'd be using it again. Let's put it that way. Then we take the pheromone. And apparently this just goes in the middle of the sticky pad. And this is it. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's not that. But this just sits in the middle. And then you pop that in the middle of the trap. Oh, do you know what? So I've done this wrong. I've just stuck this bit of card down, and that's just in there to protect the lure in the packet. You're not actually meant to put that in the sticky bit, so let me see if I can get that out or not. Okay, yeah, so that does come off. Not ideal. You put this in the middle on its own, and that is it, assembled, basically, by the looks of it. Okay, so I followed the instructions, and then I noticed these little cutouts, and I also noticed on the instructions, they have a third picture here, and you can see it shows like a little bar going across and through those slots. But I've been unable to find anything that would serve that purpose, and I'm a little bit worried that the actual sticky pad itself might just fall out. It seems it seems in there, but when I put this out in the wind, I'm not sure. Oh, does this fold up? They fold. I think it folds. I think I figured it out, everyone. Yes, okay. That step is not in the instructions, but probably quite important to make sure your sticky pad doesn't go flying. That's more like it. That's not going anywhere. Let's get this on the tree. So here it is set up. It's just started raining, so I've got to be a little bit quick. Pretty easy to set up generally. I mean, you did see I got a bit confused and the instructions could maybe use a tweak. It's very low down. I'm not sure if that's by design, but when the wind picks up, it's going all over the place like that. The other thing is as well, this string probably isn't going to last too long. It's this stuff that just, when it gets wet and you know it's got the sun on it, I think it will just start to disintegrate pretty quick. The other thing is as well, you do need to come along and replace those pheromone lures that go in the middle. The pheromone lasts for about 4 weeks and the flight period is about 8. And you get 2 in a pack, so that kind of, it all makes sense, it all adds up. You do need to come along and remove this in September as well, and then kind of put it away for safekeeping until next year. It does look a little basic, but I think that's fine. It's all about the function. And one thing I didn't mention as well, I'm using this for 1 tree, but this is meant to cover up to about 5 or 6, you know, it's like a 15-meter wide radius. So potentially a very cost-effective option if you've got a number of trees. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever used this or if you've tried it out. Do they work? Are they rubbish? I will leave a link in the description below to Gardening Naturally and to this product. Maybe give it a go if you want, but I'm by no means endorsing this at this stage. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was interesting or you heard about something new. It's really just starting to rain. Thanks ever so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again next time on one of my allotment vlogs.